As we prepare for today's meditation, you might take a deep, cleansing breath. Let that exhale move out of an open mouth, really cleansing that breath and letting the air out, even making an audible sigh. Maybe close your eyes or soften your gaze. Maybe even shake out your hands and shoulders today. Roll through the neck, straighten the spine. Really taking time here to settle into your body and create space for something higher. Space for your mind, body, spirit to communicate to you through meditation. So shifting around in your seat, on your cushion, in any way that will help you open up and really connect into your body, connect into your heart, connect into this present moment. We'll just spend a few moments just breathing together here. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. Maybe that ujjayi breath, that slight constriction in the back of the throat that produces a hushing sound and also a hushing effect. That we're calming and hushing the busy mind. We're turning on the relaxation response in the body. Slow and smooth, sending air all the way below the belly button. And we'll use the breath or body as an anchor for our attention. Letting your awareness rest in the breath. Or let your awareness rest in the feet as they touch the floor. Following breath. Feeling the feet. Maybe even using the inner body, that sense of aliveness you feel in your fingers and toes or around your heart. Using that as an anchor. So anytime your thoughts start to crowd in, just really gently bringing your awareness back to your anchor, your breath, your body, this present moment right here. Relaxing into the idea that those thoughts will continue to come. Brains secrete thoughts just like salivary glands secrete saliva. So if the mind starts producing thought, that is just the mind doing what the mind does. And you can allow those thoughts to just float by. We don't need to follow them. Just bring that awareness right back to the breath, right back to the body, right back to the present moment. And today we're working with trauma and triggers. A reminder here that we can use this strategy of titrating, which means we dip in and maybe we come back out. We let our awareness lean into the trauma or trigger or that feeling of pain in the body. And if it becomes too much, we ease back out and we move that awareness right back into the breath, right back into a neutral space like feet, fingertips. Really mindful today of our emotional capacity, the bandwidth we have today to look at hard things, and showing up with a willingness and a compassion that wherever we are today is where we are, and there's room for it. There's no need to push or force anything. When you're open and relaxed, inviting a memory to flood in. A memory of a difficult situation. A moment when you were triggered or struggling in some way. And if you have a fresh trauma, you might want to choose something that's not so strong that it will overtake you. You want to choose something with maybe a moderate level of charge to it. Something you can work with that feels manageable. That feels like you're ready to dip in and understand this thing a little bit better. And using your breath and body to create that openness, just invite this memory into your mind. And you might even watch the scene, if there's a scene that happened. Maybe just watch it play out in your mind. And then we're going to apply our rain practice to really work with the triggers and the trauma that we're feeling inside of us and see if we can understand them. First, I just want you to recognize what's happening. Recognize. So bring all your awareness and curiosity into what's happening inside of you. So trying to take that awareness away from the details of what's happening around you, of what anybody else is doing, and instead really recognizing what's happening inside. So naming any emotions or narratives that are surfacing. You might watch the mind do what it does and spin into a story or narrative, and just see if from an objective perspective you can become that observer and name what's happening. Like blaming or self-protecting or self-deprecating. If it's too much to figure out what's happening really, you might even say something as simple as, "This is difficult," and place a hand on the heart. Just acknowledging that what's happening inside of you is difficult, is a struggle. Or a phrase as simple as, "I feel abandoned," or "I feel overwhelmed." And as we investigate or just recognize what's happening, it's really important to just allow it to be just as it is. We're not trying to fix anything. We're not trying to judge anything as good or bad. We're not trying to make anybody right or wrong. We're just allowing this all to be and trusting that there is room for this too. You might acknowledge with a lot of warmth and compassion, this is just how it is right now. It's okay. So creating that A space for allowing. And if you're able to really establish that space of allowing, that sense of safety, that you're able to be with what's here without pushing it away in any sense, then you can start to investigate what's really happening here, what's really happening inside you. You might start to dig in and identify, where do I feel this in my body? Maybe even placing a gentle hand on the part of your body that really feels this emotional pain the most. Where does this feeling live in the body? And you can use your breath here to really ask the body this question and listen for this intuitive sense that guides you to where this feeling is located. Maybe ask yourself, have I felt this before? Ask the body, when have I felt this before? And give yourself plenty of open space and time to see what surfaces. Making that breath a big eraser on a clear canvas. Creating so much space for this subconscious part of our mind to make the connections that our logical mind is unaware of. When have I felt this before in my body? You might ask, what is the hardest part of this for me? What really speaks to the hardest part of what I'm feeling right now? And maybe even when I'm feeling this, when this pain feels really loud and really present, what is it that I'm really believing? And when you're ready, you might just invite some nurturing energy into this space with you. Maybe you resource and find that a certain person or loved one wants to come sit with you in this place, in this pain. Maybe you find yourself suddenly held by a higher power that's carrying this with you. Maybe you find yourself enveloped in light and love, and you're able to hold this belief up to the light of truth and make a choice whether this is a belief that serves you, whether this is a belief that you want to hold on to or that you want to release. Recognize that you have the choice to release a belief that doesn't serve you, that hasn't served you. Just really feel that whatever you're feeling, whatever it is being held by something even bigger. A presence, a love, a peace that surpasses all understanding. And see if you can really just rest in that knowing that you are supported, that you are not alone, that you are bigger than this moment. This N is the nurturing energy we bring to this trauma or trigger. And when you're ready, slowly come back to your breath, come back to your body. Know that you are sitting in this chair or on this cushion, in this room, in the safety of this healing, awakening community, this Sangha. Take whatever time you need to open your eyes, to really settle in to the knowing of what you know, to honor your own self, to honor your soul for the courage it takes to look and feel and understand and grow and choose. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste. You can click in the links below to find a free guide to offer you more resources on your path towards healing and wellness.